Good night, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you may be watching this. I am Euan Blackman, the host of Euan, Me, and the ISD, connecting the community with the ISD to affect better outcomes for our students. And today I want to take a moment to just give you a brief synopsis of a very important thing coming up, teacher compensation. Well, why now? Because that vote's coming up May 2nd. That's this Thursday at the school board meeting. In doing this presentation, I want you to bear in mind all the time, it's every teacher, every leader, and every child, every day. That's rightfully so the overarching consideration when we do things with the district and looking at things like teacher compensation. This will be a game changer. So let's jump right in. Option C, appropriately named because, of course, C in Spanish is yes. And this is our outlay of what they want to do to increase teacher pay in Richardson ISD in ways that I don't think have ever been done before. T types, that's teachers, lights, which is your librarians, counselors, and nurses. The compensation package will look like this. $61,000 for new teachers, up from $60,000 last year. It's a 1.7% increase. $500 steps between years 1 and 10, and then $1,000 per year step from year 11 to 35. Returning T types. There are a few teachers that might be outliers on the schedule, and they might be making more than what this would allow. Very few of you, by the way, so don't stress. It's not probably going to concern you, but if it did, you would get greater of the step adjustment, or you'd get a 3% raise on what you're currently making. For exempt, non-teacher types, you'll get a 3% raise. Non-exempt paras, classifieds, and auxiliaries, they'll get a 3% increase. Custodial staff increasing minimum wage for that to $15 an hour. Central special ed, you can now add additional days. How many? 4 additional days of pay. So it'll be a 191 contract of 187, but don't think you won't get paid for that. You'll get paid 4 extra days at your current daily rate. Now, to my assistant principal friends, some of that middle management we talked about having to reduce, this is a great way for you to get back in the classroom, back where you belong, back where you loved it so much. Think on that. So what does it mean for us currently? How do our teachers get paid? Well, if you take a look at this, you might begin to see why some of our middle management folks in year 20 and 25 are out of the classroom and moved up in a ladder where they get more pay, because it really is terrible. $66,700 for 20 years experience. That's only $6,700 more than a new year teacher. $6,700 from a newbie teacher to a veteran with 25 years. That's unacceptable, I think, in anybody's books, regardless of this pay structure that we're looking at to go forward. So let's see what it will mean. What would be the delight for those veteran teachers? Well, now we got to $61,000, now to $81,000 for 25 years experience. Okay? So now we look at a $20,000 spread for 25 years of experience. A much better plan. A much better way to compensate those veteran teachers who've stuck through it, through thick and thin, through difficulties in the classroom that most folks can't even imagine, and especially post-COVID. Some of those issues we see, our veterans are sticking in there, making it happen for us, and we want to attract more veterans. So for other districts that don't pay anywhere close to this, we jump to first place in most of these categories, minus maybe year 5, 10. But that's still a significant jump from where we are now at $3,250, or about 5%. So even for those folks that are not going to realize the greatest amount there, you will still find a significant increase. So what will it cost? Because I know folks who pay taxes like I do. I pay my taxes in the RISD. I pay a large amount of taxes, several $1,000s out of my pocket. And I'm not even going to benefit from this, by the way, because in open honesty, I don't work for the district. So none of this benefits me, but it benefits teachers, and that benefits our students, and that benefits our community. And that's where we need to be. So what will it cost? Well, if you did a traditional raise, the option B is a traditional raise, you're looking at about $12.7 million. If you use this program, we're looking at $18 million. So only a $6 million increase over the raise we were looking at anyways. And by the way, to put that in perspective, that's about 1.5%. So not a budget-busting deal, okay? Now, bear in mind, of course, that we have got to reduce expenditures in other areas. And we've begun to do that with some of the school consolidations. I made a whole video about that. And going forward, there'll be a few other things. Some of them are easier than others. Some of them are more difficult choices. But that's where we are. That's where leadership in the past has gotten us to this point. Some factors within their control and some factors outside their control. But nonetheless, this is where we're dealing now. And so we have to make these decisions and these choices to, first of all, benefit our teachers at a slight increase in costs, and we'll find other areas like reduction of middle management to address some of those. And by the way, they have begun to reduce some positions, some of the ESSA fund positions have gone. I know it's a tumultuous time, and I'll be bringing many more videos on this, folks. So hang in there, hang with us, and always reach out to me anytime. Put them in the comments. I will reply back to you for sure. Okay, so what can you do? Well, you can thank them. You can thank them. You can thank them. You can thank, I mean, I don't know how to get you excited. I could jump up and down, but who wants to see that? But yes, thank the school board. Come on out on Thursday. Whatever you were doing Thursday, change it. If you're a veteran teacher in this district and you're standing to benefit greatly from this, and you've never gone to a school board meeting before, this is your time. Sign up to speak. It doesn't take much. You see me speaking to the camera now. But what you can do is you can go Google Richardson ISD board agenda, and you'll see it'll pull it up for you. And at the very first agenda item is the agenda coming up for the May 2nd. And at the bottom there's a link. You click on that to speak. And you don't have to speak the whole 3 minutes. Speak for as long as you want and as long as you feel comfortable. Tell the board, yes, please. Vote option C. It's a paradigm change. It will bring more veterans to our district. They will compensate better the veterans we have now. And I work and know several of them. And they're excited about this program, as you should be too. So come on, come out, show your support. Thanks so much. Look out for my next one, and I'll see you soon.